Okay, so today I went to Goodwill, and this is the haul that I have for today. Pretty good size haul. They're not always like this, and it's not always from one Goodwill. There are 9 different Goodwills that I go to, but it's mostly about 4 or 5 that I go to consistently. And mostly what I do is I buy things that I know I can resell. I used to be an Amazon seller, but Amazon has changed a lot since then. So now I sell on Mercari, which is an app. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. On there, it's mostly female bags and shoes and stuff, but toys actually sell very well there. And so what I do is I'll go to Goodwill's and then buy things that I think I can make a profit on. And some days there's not much, and some days it's a lot. So just for starters, I'll just point out this UFC figure, which is pretty derpy looking, only cost 77 cents, but I could sell this for about $8. But if I package them, if I get more, I actually have more that I've bought in the past. And if you get enough of these, you can make a bundle and sell 4 of them for about $30, which is what I plan to do. All right, next we've got this mostly metal. This is a very, very heavy metal Kylo Ren. He doesn't have his lightsaber, but this all, except for this part and this, the rest of it is all metal. All of this is metal. And this, I don't know if you can see, this cost me $1.91, and I could probably sell this for about $10-15. Okay, next, this Pokemon figure. This is pretty large size. One of the things I do is, especially if you're getting something this size, which there's no price tag, but generally when it's a solo toy like this, it'll be 99 cents. So this cost me $1. I'll clean it up and I'll sell it between $12 and $15. But whenever you're buying figures, always make sure that nothing is broken off. Usually in pieces like this would be, this piece of the tail would be broken off. Be sure it's all intact because nobody is going to want to buy that, and then at that point you're just wasting your money. Okay, then we've got to this Link doll. This is a 2011 Link doll. I believe it's from the Four Swords video game, and it cost me $1.51. I could easily sell this for $15 and make a decent profit. Okay, next we've got this Furby. It came out in 2012. I'm not sure when the whole series came out, but these are usually a gamble. If you can get them cheap enough, you should totally buy them, but then go home and check it out. They take 4 AA batteries, and the eyes light up, and I've actually purchased and sold many of these. These you could sell for about 20 each, so just make sure you get them for under 5. I got it for $1.91. The prices kind of doesn't show, but I got it for $1.91. So if it works, which I'll have to test out, it's a decent profit, but I mean, there's always a risk you got to take if you're looking at profit on these. Next, I got this. This is from Skyrim, and I got it for $1.91. So this, I was very curious because I didn't know about it, but this is actually from the collector's edition for the Xbox 360 and PS3, where it came with this. You get the game in a really thick box, and then you get this with Alduin from Skyrim, who kind of sits over on top of it. But I saw this in Goodwill, and I mean, I'd never seen a Skyrim toy really. I just really liked it and wanted to have it, and it's only $1.91. A lot of this stuff, as you'll see later on, I get, and sometimes I'll keep, but most of the time it's for selling. Next is this Vivitar Dvr 781 HD. It's like a Vivitar knockoff of a GoPro, and I already checked to see that all the pieces are in there. It's just used, but all it's missing is a memory card. But it cost me $10. I could sell it for $20, which isn't actually a huge profit, but I wanted to do a review on this on my main channel, so that's why I got it. So I'm just curious to see what it's like and see if it's any good, because if it's as good as a GoPro, which it probably isn't, I'll end up keeping it. Otherwise, I'll list it on Mercari after I do the review. Next, this Goosebump Screamer. I got it for $151, and this is actually from 1996, back when Goosebump was really huge. So the batteries in it are dead, otherwise it would scream and yell and say stuff. But essentially what this was just one of those things like that toy, the old toy, the Yak Back. I don't know if you guys remember, but this sold for $16 at Toys R Us, and then apparently was marked down to 11 something, and it's been unopened ever since. So it's been 22 years, and this thing's been completely unopened. There's actually only one of these selling on eBay, and it's going for, I think, like 10 or 12 bucks. So I could probably sell this for 15 to 20 bucks. That's kind of the sweet spot, because even though I could sell for more, I want a quick return on my investment. And it's brand new. So if you're interested in this, you could check out my store on Mercari. Okay, next. I saw this, and I just had to have it because I grew up watching Zoids. I'm not quite sure what it is or what it does. It looks really ratty. Like, it's got like a lot of shelfware, as they call it. But all the original seals are still there. All of them are still holding it together. So I'm afraid to open it, although I'm really curious as to see what it's like inside. I've never seen this toy before, or these types. This cost me $1.91. and I could probably sell it for 10 to 15. Yeah, this is from 2002. I'm not sure what this thing is. It kind of looks like fake Legos. It might be all the joints. Oh, apparently it's all the joints that you buy all of them, and then you can make it into this big matrix dragon, as they call it. And this one here is the Unenlagia. I'm sorry, I don't know what it's called, but it's very interesting. 1 out of 72. I made 72 of these things. Okay, next is this Monster High Cleo Nile by Mega Bloks. It's got some shelfware, so obviously you can't. I mean, it's new. It's brand new. All the seals are still there, completely new, but it has not as much shelfware as the Zoids box, but still. So I'm probably gonna sell this. It cost me $2.92, but I'll sell this for about 12 to 15. Again, that's sort of the sweet spot. I have a son and a daughter. Sometimes I'll like to sort of gift them the things, but she's currently outgrowing Monster High, even though she loves the books. But she's not into Monster High as much as she used to be. And last thing, this was very last minute. We saw this right at the last Goodwill. This is called a Cuckoo Harajuku. I'm not sure if it has to do with Gwen Stefani, because her weeb Harajuku stuff. And it's got this really ugly sticker residue. But other than that, it is completely brand new. I was actually considering buying her something like this for Christmas a few weeks ago, and these were selling at Walmart for $15 each. I could just as easily sell this for 10 to 15. As you can see, I got it for $3.53, but she was so enamored with this that I'm gonna actually give it to her. So like I said, some of the stuff I buy with no intention to sell, like this and the Skyrim thing, and then sometimes I'll change my mind, or sometimes I'll use it and then end up not needing it, or sometimes I just take a gamble and I purchase something and it ends up not working. Like this I bought a few days ago. This is Sega Genesis Mini, and it comes with a controller. I couldn't find the cables for it, but I have spare cables that actually fit it just fine. The correct voltage, the correct size, and everything. I bought it for $5.95, and it looks like it's in really good condition. However, it just does not turn on. So that is about $6 wasted. Whenever you're buying something, either test it at the store, or if you can't, then it's a risk and you either decide whether you want it or not. In this case, this was worth enough in profit or just in coolness factor where I might have kept it because I have a bunch of Genesis cartridges. But this was cool enough to where I thought it'd be worth the risk. And it was in such good condition, I thought maybe, but it ended up not working, which is very disappointing. And that could still happen, especially with the Furby. The rest of these are, you could sell them as is, but this Furby, not only does it have to be cleaned, because this could have dust and this could have a smell, and nobody wants to buy that, but it could also just simply not work. I bought about 4 or 5 Furbies in the past, and the second one I bought does not work. All the rest have worked just fine, and I've sold them, and I actually kept them for a while, for a few weeks. I had my kids play with them. The kids really enjoy them, although these things are really annoying. But eventually I have sold them all except for one, which is actually still sitting above my desk because I have a hard time throwing things away. And I feel like I can especially stuff like this, I feel like I can always keep them for spare parts and then fix them later. It's kind of like a hoarder mentality. But a few months ago, I threw away a broken PS3 that I had, and then literally 2 weeks later, my friend needed spare parts for his PS3. His laser stopped working, and the motherboard was messed up on mine, so I could have just given him the laser. But so because of that, I tend not to throw stuff away. But I'm going to keep doing videos like this. This is the first one of my Goodwill treasures. I've had many awesome finds in Goodwills in the past to where I felt, I should be sharing this. Like I got a Bluetooth wireless headphones, the iSport Monster Freedom headphones, which retail for $150. I got it for $8. And brand new in box. Many figures, a lot of the figures, sometimes I'll keep them. But for the most part, I will sell them, especially if there's something I'm not into, like UFC or wrestling. I have a lot of wrestling and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Not to say I'm not into TMNT, but not as much as other things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out my Mercari shop. Just look up Splaith. I don't know if you can look it up or not, but that is my Mercari store name. And check it out. I have a lot of toys. Like I said, I used to be an Amazon seller, so I have a huge inventory. And if you guys haven't heard of Mercari, it's an app version of sort of a eBay Craigslist mix where you list stuff, and it's all app based. You list stuff, you can buy stuff. I've bought plenty of things there, but mostly I just do selling, and then everything gets, the fees are reasonable. They're very similar to the Amazon fees, if not a little less. It's just a flat 10% fee on everything you sell. And I'm not getting paid by them or anything, but I really do like it, and I really do enjoy it, and I really do use it. It's a nice way to get some side money, especially doing stuff like this, because I really like hunting for stuff like this. So if you guys are interested, just sign up, and you can use my code FEAEUD, and I get $2. and it helps me out a lot. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm very eager to make more. I'll try and do one of these maybe once per week, but if not, maybe once per month. It really all depends on the availability of what I find in the Goodwills. I visit the 5 main Goodwills in my area at least 3 times a week. Sometimes 2, but I'm there all the time, always looking for bargains. Also, feel free to share anything you found. This sort of thing interests me a lot. It's like a real life treasure hunting. You never know what you find there. And with that, thank you for watching and take care.